Hello everybody, welcome back to Erndale's. My name is Dale and this is Erndale's, my YouTube channel where I discuss all kinds of crafting things and writing and photography and music and all that kind of stuff. So welcome. And before I tell you anything else, I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. The channel has just popped since Vlogmas. I'm so excited to see some positive activity in that manner. Um, I think I was at 530 or something before Vlogmas, and now I'm at 600 and oh, I didn't look before I started this. Anyway, there's been some growth, and I'm very, very excited about that. So thank you so much. I just wanted to come and do a quick video with you because there's not going to be much of a video this week, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm late, and I've got a really good excuse, actually. Been having some really major eye issues for the last half of a week, almost. It started last Friday. As you all know, I'm a musician, a pianist, and an organist, and I sat down to play the piano and opened up the music, and there was no notes on the page. They were gone. And I major freaked out. Oh my gosh, I really freaked out. So I didn't know what to do. I had a detached retina years ago, like 12 years ago, and had it replaced, but actually that's not true. My retina didn't detach. It tore. The whatever it is that's around the retina tore. And as it happened, I had some ocular migraines, and I had been referred to a specialist for the ocular migraines. And as I went to see him, that retina tore. So he fixed it right away. So it never got to a really bad state. I never experienced any of the symptoms of a torn retina. So when this happened on Friday, I lost it because I know what the symptoms are of a detached retina, and I was sure that's what I had. So where I live, I know when you have a detached retina, you're supposed to go to emergency and they need to laser it right away. Well, where I live, there is no such thing in an emergency room. They're all small hospitals. There's no specialists out here for that kind of thing. You have to go 3 hours into Winnipeg. And it just wasn't possible because my husband can't drive in the winter very well. He has had eye problems for years. In fact, there was a time when he was blind, and his blindness has been corrected, but his vision in the winter is really difficult with the white snow. He has a really hard time focusing. So I knew we couldn't go to Winnipeg because I could not see very much, and he couldn't drive. So I kind of stuck it out, and I monitored the situation. And what I had was right here, I could see this big, dark, black feather. It looked like a wet feather, and it was sort of curved, and it had all these fancy little doodads. And then the rest of my vision was like looking through a wall of black pepper. It was just millions of tiny little dots, not like floaters at all, just completely speckled out. So I kind of just laid low all weekend, and then I phoned on Monday morning early, and I got an appointment, and yesterday I went. And this is just with the eye doctor. So I went to the eye doctor, who's an hour away, and my retina has not torn, and it is not detached yet, but it's moving in that direction. So they're going to see if I can get in to see the specialist, but it's not urgent right now yet. When it becomes urgent, I'm afraid it's going to be too late, though, because I'm 3 hours away, and it's going to be the same situation. So I've been kind of told to back off on some of the really heavy eye things that I do. And so no stitching, no knitting unless I can do it without looking. So I really haven't got a whole lot to show you because I haven't really been able to do anything. And the week before this happened, I had really bad headaches for about 3 days. It just, I couldn't, anything I took, nothing worked on these headaches. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that might have something to do with it. So when the eye doctor was examining my eye, he dilated and looked at it, and I had a retinal scan and everything. He said that um, what thinks has happened is all those little dots that I'm seeing was actually a hemorrhage, an eye hemorrhage. And he says over time that will be absorbed and it'll go away. And he's actually quite right, because it is disappearing, all those dots. And that was actually what I was. The other thing is just like a floater. I can deal with that. It doesn't actually float. It's down here all the time. So I can see it, but it's not floating across my vision. So it's really not bothering me. But this curtain of pepper really is difficult to see through, and it is going down. So perhaps he's right on that. Anyway, I'm kind of got my hands tied behind my back, and it's driving me nuts. But I was just downstairs. I had lunch, and I said to Gary that I was going to sit at the piano, and I sat down. I could see my notes, so I was so happy. Oh my gosh, oh, I'm going to cry. Anyway, what I am working on right now is the two journals that I said I was going to work on. One is a gardening journal that I'm making for my friend who's a real avid gardener. And the other one is just, I think I'm going to make a junk journal out of it and perhaps sell it, I think. So that's all I could show you. And I'm not really, and I haven't progressed very far to even show you that. So I don't even know if I'm going to do that. But I have done a couple of little things before all this happened. Another thing that was going on is ever since I had COVID in November, I get this, it's like a slab of ice is on my neck and going down my back. And this has happened ever since I've had COVID. Never had this before. And so I get this really stiff neck, and my back gets really cold. And I've worn hoodies like this, and I've worn, turtleneck sweaters, but then the rest of me gets so hot. This is just my neck that's bothering me. So I made a Dicky. I found an old pattern from a really old knitting book that was my mom's, and I made myself a Dicky. And wow, was that a game changer. When I get that feeling, I stick that thing on and it warms up my neck. And I made the back, like the square part that goes down the back of that's attached to the neck. I made that a little bit wider and a little bit longer, so it sort of wraps around my shoulders a little bit. And I made the front really short because I don't want it really hot here. I just want it warm back there and around my neck. And it's done the trick. So bring back the Dicky. What a wonderful thing that was. And how come we're not using that? I know cowls are in favor and in style and all that, but really these Dickies are really good because they're really close to your neck. If you've got a neck problem, make yourself a Dicky. They really work. And so I made myself a Dicky, and I just made it out of scrap acrylic yarn because I needed a heavier weight and I didn't have anything in wool. So I just made it out of scrap acrylic yarn, and it is perfect. I'm actually going to make, and it's in lime green, get that. So I'm actually going to make a couple more. I'm going to make one, I have some white, I have some off-white, and I'm going to make a few more because then I can actually wear them out if I have to. If I'm feeling that and I have to go out, I'm going to put the Dicky on. I don't really care. And then I found in that same book, I found a pattern for a really nice mitten with a cable down the front. And it sort of reminded me of a mitten I had when I was young. And maybe my mom made that. This is an adult one, though. So again, I got out some acrylic because that's what I have. And I made this one mitten. And right after I finished that mitten, everything went haywire. So I still have the other one to do, but I can't do that right now. So I have done a little bit of knitting. I have done quite a bit of cross stitch before all this happened. I've been working on my fox and I've done really well. I'm kind of ticked because I could have finished that fox this week. I really could have. I've made really good progress, but can't do that now. So yeah, that's about all I can say really. And I'm gonna have to kind of cool it with some of the things for a week or so, and then I don't go back to see the doctor until 4 weeks from now. So he said, give it a week, give your eyes a really good rest. And he said, then you can gently go back to stuff, but limit your time. He says, you can stitch, but he said, don't do it for an hour. He said, stitch for 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes and stop, you know, and that's sort of before this all happened. There was one part there. I think I stitched for 3 hours on this tiny thing. And I know I had a lot of eye strain because I could feel it, but I just wanted to, you know how it is. You get on going on something, you just want to finish this one little part. And that's what gets you. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And I will show you the Dicky, and I'll show you the mitten, and I'll show you where I am with the journals. And I'll also show you at the end of this, I'll show you some really beautiful, what was I going to say? I heard a noise. Some really beautiful photos that I took on our way home yesterday from the town where we were. And I took them with my camera on my phone with my eyes fully dilated. I had no idea what I was taking, and they are gorgeous. I might just start taking pictures with my eyes closed. Obviously, I do a better job that way than with my eyes open. So here's my progress for this week. Thank you so much again, all you new subscribers. I think that I've been very blessed with all the attention I've been getting, and I will come back to you at the end of this video. Hello again. So here is this is the journal cover for the gardening journal. I just this morning put the paper on. That's that paper leather that I made in the last video. I'm going to put something different on the spine. So I've just put that on, and it turned out really pretty actually. I really like this, and it's nice and leathery feeling. I don't know if I'm going to use Mod Podge on it as a finish. I haven't decided really. I actually don't think I'm going to. I like it just the way it is. So I'm going to put a material on this part of it, and then I have to figure out what I'm going to put inside. I think I might put just another piece of this same material or this same paper on that. So that's what it's going to look like, which I think is totally cute. And I've been putting together the signatures for. Now this journal is going to be for my friend. She's an elderly lady, fantastic gardener, and I know she's not going to want a junk journal. She's going to want a place to write all her stuff. So her signatures, the signatures that I'm making for this, are going to be quite plain. I will put some you know, embellishments and things like that, but I'm going to keep it to a minimum because I know how she's going to use this. She's going to use it as a journal. So that's one. And this is the second one that I'm putting together. This is not a gardening journal. Well, it could be, I guess. I could put something gardening, but this is, I just cut up pages from an old book, distressed them a bit, and used them, put them on here. This one I might put Mod Podge on because it's a little on the rough side, but I'm not sure. So that's going to be another journal. This one I think I will make into a junk journal. And I need to get something for the spine, and I need to put something inside. I think I'll put one of those pretty papers that I did not too long ago inside. So that's as far as I've gotten with this, because I just started this morning. And my fox, if you remember, I was doing Year in the Woods. I just was watching Michelle from Mama Loves You GB. If you are a stitcher, you have to watch Michelle. She's wonderful. She's just finishing up the deer that goes with it. Was for the winter, it was a swan, the fox, and the deer. Wow, the three of them together on that one piece is just wonderful. But I'm not doing that. I'm just doing individual. I'm doing this one, and I'm doing the deer. Okay, so this is where I got with it, with mine, and it's such a nice stitch. I love this. I was really enjoying this, but it's a little bit too small for me now. I'm going to have to put it aside, but I was really looking forward to, you know, finishing off this leg, and then his head and his big fluffy tail. He's got a really big fluffy tail. That tail is amazing on there. So that's where I am with that, and that's going to be on hold now for quite a while, I would imagine. I probably could stitch on my stitching journal, because that's all embroidery, bigger, you know, but I'm so far behind on that now that I don't know what's going to happen with that. And here is my Dicky. It's just a plain Dicky. It's curly because I've been wearing it. Just a plain Dicky. Comes up like that. This part goes to the back. This is the front. And it is such a comfort, this thing. When my neck gets cold like that and I start to feel that chill going down my back, this has just worked wonderful. And the rest of me doesn't get over hot, because I tend to not want to be hot. I don't like being hot, but I also don't like having this icy neck. It just drives me crazy. And here's the mitten that I did. It's just got a cable and a little bit of detail in here. It's a nice mitten. I've just got the right one done. And actually, I think it's going to be quite warm too. And this is just leftover. I don't even know what I made out of this, why I have this yarn, but it's Bernat Premium Tweeds. And I got lots left. I probably could make a hat to go with this if I wanted to. But yeah, this is Bernat Premium Tweeds. And it has this speckly stuff in it. Looks like rags. But it's actually quite warm. So these are going to be really nice to wear, actually. I'm looking forward to it. And the reason I chose this is because I'm cable challenged. Well, I was cable challenged before I started this, but now I'm not. I got it down. I know exactly what to do now. I'm very excited because I've tried cables before and I never could get the twist to come back. And I was doing it the right way before, but I think I was using the wrong needle. And I've talked about this before. I was using my mom's cable needle, and it's like a hook. And I don't know, it just didn't work for me. But this time I actually used the straight one. It worked perfectly. So I'm very happy about this. And the other thing is that the traveling spindle is on its way to me. I talked about this a little bit in my last video as well. It's been posted. It was posted on Saturday, and I'm actually kind of surprised it's not here because it's only coming from Winnipeg, which is 3 hours away. I'm sure she posted it to the right place. But I'm really anxious to try this out because I have worked with a spindle before and not successfully, really. So this is going to be really fun to try. And I've been watching, well, I had watched a few videos on this particular spindle. It is, there we go. It's gone again. Anyway, I will show it to you when it comes, and it should be here today or tomorrow, I would think. So that's really all I got to show you. I'm really sorry. Hopefully this will start all this millions of peppers in my eyes will take a hike, and then I can actually do some proper things. I did do a little bit of work with some seeds. Um, I saved a bunch of seeds, perennial seeds last year from my garden, and I had them downstairs on this rack that I brought up here, and they're completely dry. So I busted up all the flowers and I've saved all these seeds. I've got lots of good seed for some new perennials. So I'm probably going to sow those seeds very soon because perennials take a long time to get going, especially now because the light isn't as good. But I've moved my seed rack up here and I'm itching to start sowing some seeds, but it's a little bit early for everything except for perennials. So my friends, that's all I have. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed, and I hope you're not, but I am. I wanted to have all this stuff to show you, but you know what? There's another video around the corner that should have more. I hope everybody is having a nice winter. And actually, we've had really mild temperatures for here. We've had freezing rain, which is not great. But we have hoarfrost, and I had put a picture of hoarfrost on a group that I belong to. And of course, you tend to think that everybody knows what hoarfrost was, but somebody didn't. So she looked it up on the internet and she thought it was so pretty. And so I explained where that comes from, that hoarfrost. And it's stuck around. It's been here for 2 weeks now. It hasn't fallen off the trees or the fences or anything. So it's been kind of pretty around here. So if I can figure out, oh, and by the way, I'm recording this on my new iPad. My husband and I splurged on new iPads. Our other ones were really, really old. We couldn't get on the internet with them anymore. So I'm just trying this out on my iPad. And I'm trying to figure out, because I'm not an iCloud user, I don't like the iCloud and I refuse to use it, trying to figure out how I'm going to get my pictures from my phone on here. Wish me luck. I'm so challenged when it comes to technology. It isn't even funny. Anyway, I digress, and I'm going to let you go and do whatever you were doing. And I hope that next week I will have a much more interesting video for you on time by Tuesday. Fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping for. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for staying with me. And thank you also for all your beautiful comments. I so enjoy your comments. And I really look forward to hearing from you. Take care, everyone. I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.